for the Chicago Bears in in a disappointing loss to the Green Bay Packers to allow them to go into the playoffs while the Chicago Bears pack their bags and head to Cancun or Disney World. Who knows? Y'all know we're going to talk about it, break it down, get into it for the post game right after this.
Now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in to the post game right here on Chicago Bears Central. I'm Bobby. I got Steve-O with me. The Chicago Bears lose 9-17 to the Green Bay Packers. I have a lot of questions. I'm pretty sure Steve-O has a lot of questions, but the Chicago Bears lose in what is now 0-6 for Matt Eberflus, 0-4 for Justin Fields. Steve-O, breathe first, my brother. But what is your initial reaction?
Not shocked. Not shocked at all. That's what happens when you have a standard of bullshit around your organization. When you have a standard of bullshit for your players, for your coaches, from your front office. First thing Pose, I want to talk to you. You ain't bringing nobody back. You ain't bringing nobody back. I don't want to hear shit about you talking about how fantastic somebody is. Fantastic wins games. Real good wins games. And no fantastic fucking coach gonna come out here and lose to no bitch ass, weak ass Green Bay like that. They didn't play exceptional. They took what the defense gave them. They know you gonna be playing zone all day and not gonna play man, which who you been doing. That's been your specialty for the last month and a half. I don't know. Ever since Sweat got here, pressure and man has been the go-to. But no, we're gonna be in zone all day. It's okay. Jordan Love has seen this damn offense for 4 years. He know every single sweet spot in zone. So what he do? All day. Okay. So, Flus, I don't want to hear it. You're not that good. You're not that good. You come out here, you win games like this. You have 3 double-digit blown leads in the fourth quarter. Unacceptable. That's completely unacceptable. There's too many times where we could look at you and question so many things. You're done. I don't want to bring you back. That's not a leader. I don't care how good you made this defense is. You're not a good head coach. So therefore, the whole standard of this team is trash. Lugetzi, I'm not even finna go in on Lugetzi. Y'all seen that goddamn game. If you didn't watch this channel long enough, you already know. That was a piss poor call game. I don't even have to go into it. I'm not even going to go into it. Y'all already know. This offensive line was garbage today. Terrible. Tevin Jenkins probably had his worst game as a pro today.
Facts.
Terrible. Center, of course we know the center has been terrible, but that didn't help. You just didn't play good today. You didn't come out to play good. Defense, I don't know why you sat there and stayed in zone all day, but hey, somebody got to make the play. I don't care about no injuries. Everybody injury. It's the last game of the season. Everybody is hurt. I don't want to hear that. But this all goes down to one thing. Pose, you got to get the goddamn culture right. This culture is not right. And why this culture all right? You did not hire the right people. You didn't hire the right head coach. You didn't hire the right fucking DC. You didn't hire the goddamn right OC. You didn't. So therefore, your quarterback, your offense, your team, your defense is going to be terrible. Justin did play a good game today. I didn't expect him to. You know why? Because you steadily pushing him against the grain. Yeah, he got to be quicker with his decisions, but it's hard when the O-line is breaking down in 4 seconds. Not even. That's the whole thing. The whole fucking culture is garbage. It's trash. It's dumpster juice. It's a garbage. It's a dump. It's done. So nothing's going to be, hey, move on. Because this next regime got to be right. I don't need no, I don't knows. I need this next head coach, quarterback, whatever you decide, whatever. But it can't be this shit. Fuck. I don't care about chemistry. I don't want to hear it. There's too many times where you should have won this game, and you did. It's too many times you should have won games in other games over the past 3 years. I'm not trying to hear it no more. Done.
It's bad, bro. That's just what it come down to. When you talk about Luke Getsy as your offensive coordinator on 2nd and 2, after you pick up 8 yards on first down, on 2nd and 2, you try to say, let's get cute instead of playing big boy football. If y'all tuned in for the live call, me and Steve-O was on par with saying, get under center, play big boy football, and show them, the Green Bay Packers, that you are here to play and win the game. On 2nd and 2, Luke Getsy, you want to, instead of going under center and running the football up the gut to try to pick up 2 yards, you get cute. Tackle for loss. Then on other drives, when you know the situation is tough, on first down, you come out, you pass the ball. And you know that your strength for the entire season has been your run game. Up the gut. I can't tell you how many times the Chicago Bears did a toss play as a run play.
Every single
first
run
or second or first or second down. It was a toss play. Towards the outside, it was ridiculous. That was terrible. Ryan Poles. At this point, this is not the winning head coach. And Bears fans, all y'all tuned in right now to the post game. Unfortunately, any new head coach that comes in here is not going to tie themselves to Justin Fields no matter how much we love him. I love Justin Fields as a player. I believe the ceiling is extremely high. But if you telling me that you going out and getting Jim Harbaugh, Eric Bieniemy, Kellen Moore, maybe, who knows where you're going? They're not going to tie themselves with Justin Fields. That's just my personal opinion. I can all be wrong. This game was very winnable. Very winnable. They didn't do shit spectacular. It's going to be guys that come on tomorrow. And let you know. Jordan Fields had 84% passer completions. Yeah, he had 84%, but it wasn't spectacular. He took what the defense gave him, so kudos to him. Going into the fourth quarter, Steve-O, Justin Fields had 10 pass attempts, bro.
Yep.
10 pass attempts. Did we ever see a bootleg? I don't recall. Did we ever see? We seen, me personally, I can only count one QB power run. One QB power run. Could have been more, but I believe I only seen one, unless I was taking a break, doing what I do.
Mm-hmm.
I believe I'm gonna say this last point, and I got a question for you. I believe at all costs, Matt Eberflus, his coaching staff, should be fired tomorrow. You're done. I don't care about the 4-2 before coming into this game. You're now 4-3. And when Ryan Poles said, when he got the job, he said, we're going to take the North and never give it back. You're never, in my belief, you are never going to take the North with Matt Eberflus. He's not good enough as a head coach. How you feel about that statement, bro?
I'll fight on the motherfucker tonight. I won't even let you do the damn podium. I don't even want to hear you explain yourself. Pack your bags. That's all I want to hear. It's done. You built this team you built this team on sand. You built this team on sand. That's what you did. You came in, You came in, you let your damn you let your head coach pick his OC, and the only reason you let him pick his OC based off of what the words y'all say is just because he had a potent offense that he was running over there, and you felt like he could bring it over there. But you didn't do your due diligence and see if he was able to teach everybody how to do it. So that's where you first fucked up at. And all like I've been saying, like one play can fuck up everything. One fuck up in the organization can mess up everything.
Hey, y'all check the group chat real quick. I sent
And that's
something
what you
across
did
our
with
email.
Justin,
bro.
Huh?
I love it. I love it.
All right. Bet.
yeah,
But
that picture.
Hayes, I got this question that I just posed to Steve-O. I said with Ryan Poe's intentions to take the North and never give it back.
Mhm.
After looking at everything in its totality, I do not believe that Matt Eberflus is the coach to help you take the North and never give it back. What are your thoughts on that?
I completely agree with you. I think when you look at Matt Eberflus, and I know some people are going to say, well, this was a rebuild, but I think when you look at it now, the status of the state of this team has changed. You went out and got TJ Edwards, Tremaine Edmonds, you got Montez Sweat. You now your secondary is proven, especially if you bring back Jalen Johnson. This isn't the same team that Matt Eberflus came into where you didn't quite know the direction. You can now pick a direction. To me, Matt Eberflus, if the Bears make the moves with having the number one pick, with having the 6th or 7th most cap space in the league, this is a year where you are literally trying to go from this team that was rebuilding to let's contend for playoffs. And if you do that, Matt Eberflus to me has not shown anything to be that guy to take this team to that level. I just don't think.
And me personally, I look at Matt Eberflus. You have a knack to compete against other teams, but within the division, you don't coach well. Let's keep it a buck. And I think that if you want to become a successful coach, you have to first win within your division. That's number one. You have to beat the teams that's in your division. You play 6 games against division opponents. Let's just say if you go 4-2, and then you go ahead and you have a over 500 record against the other teams within that season, you place yourself within good confines of going to the playoffs or winning a division. I just don't see Matt Eberflus as being that coach because I believe him and his offensive coordinator has coached scared against Green Bay for whatever reason. This game had many, many moments to where you can say, fuck that shit. I'm about to take this game. And they didn't. They didn't. That's the biggest thing. Hayes, what are your thoughts on the offense through this game?
Oh man, the offense has got it. This was, and I don't mean this with no hyperbole at all. And maybe I'm a prisoner of the moment, but we've had some bad offensive games this year. This was the worst offensive game plan I've seen Luke Getsy have, and that's saying a lot. There was no offensive game plan. It seemed like his game plan was hope. Let's hope that this is going to work. Or, like a lot of people say, he was just trying to give it up. Like, I don't know what to say. This was trash, bro. This was trash.
Yeah.
Max.
Yeah, and for all the motherfuckers that's thinking, oh, well, we got a quarterback coming in, it ain't gonna change shit. It's not gonna change a fucking thing if you don't get the right standards around him. You built Justin on a house of sand. You could do the same shit with Caleb or whoever the fuck you decide to draft. Mm-hmm. I don't give a fuck who you bring in here. I really don't. Because like I said, with the shit I've seen out there, they're going to make anybody else do it. Because that's just what I know. That's what I've seen. If you know that's not something he's good at, why are you continuously having to do it? I don't know how many times I've said, why is Justin in shotgun 90% of the game? But yet we did it. Yeah. All those games where he had them good performances the whole season, that was despite of coaching. That was not what we're good at. The whole end of this season, we did good shit in spite of stuff we're not even good at. I want y'all to think about that. This team was talented enough to sneak out 5 extra wins and playing a scheme on offense that we're not even good at. So what you think they're gonna do if they get a new quarterback in here? Same shit, same old thing, and we're gonna look the same cycle gonna happen. We're gonna look down the line 3 years. I don't know if we could get it done. Well, we haven't really set it up in the exact situation, but he's supposed to be the guy. Well, you gotta set him up right, but the guys make the play. It's the same old shit we've been singing for 3,000 years. It's the same thing. So, like I said, change the culture first, then start making moves.
Yeah,
because you can't get the culture right.
For sure. Jay Allen said, guess he did this on purpose. He knew he was gone. And my thing is, when you look at the offensive game plan and the things that he did in certain situations, he didn't understand the game. And he does this all the time against the Green Bay Packers. He's been doing it since he's been here. Yeah. You don't understand what the hell's going on. And it seems like the head coach on the other side, Matt LaFleur, understands who you are as an offensive play caller.
And most importantly, he understands the quarterback he has too.
Exactly. So he gives his quarterback, who me personally, I don't think had a spectacular game. I don't think Jordan Love had a spectacular game, but he executed to a point to where he was able to go ahead and get 84% as a completion percentage and make plays that were good enough to win the game and get in the playoffs.
Literally, I'm giving him credit. Trust me. Listen, I'm giving the man credit. He made some throws out there, but it's very easy to make throws with confidence when you know all the sweet spots. If you know they not getting out of zone, you know the middle of the field is going to be open. And right. What was the majority of his completions?
All his plays were against the zone. All his plays. This and I don't like Tony Romo much when he calls plays during a certain specific game.
He was,
but I gotta give him credit. The Packers on first and second down play zone. On third down, they went to man. The Bears didn't know how to defend it
at all.
That's coaching to me. Yes,
that's coaching.
How do you beat the zone? Luke Getsy, exactly what you did in the first quarter against man-to-man pressure. You seen mesh route running concepts that allow DJ Moore to get open and things in that nature. But you didn't stick to it. You knew they were running man on third down, but you punked up and performed and called the game like a bitch. It's that simple.
On the words of Hayes, they grabbed their ankles, turned around, and took it.
And thanked them for it.
Please, sir, may I have some more?
Shout out to TG. He said, bro, coaching malpractice third quarter, no passing plays. Defense was invincible. They did whatever they want. And I'm going to go to Hayes on this. Shout out to you, TG, for supporting the channel. Hayes, I want to come to you. The defense today is their worst performance since, in my opinion, before Montez Sweat came to the team.
Yeah,
how you looking at that? Who do you blame?
I can't disagree with you on that one. This was a defensive performance where legitimately it looked like before it did. It made even worse in some areas. The fact that we just couldn't get their asses off the field and we couldn't get a stop anywhere. Jordan Love picked us apart, and he just did. That just is what it is. And so I agree 100% wholeheartedly with that. This was the worst performance that we've seen from the Chicago Bears team since Montez Sweat got here on the defensive side of the ball. It just was. We had no preparation at all for anything they were doing.
Facts. Steve-O, what are your thoughts on the defense, bro?
I just don't understand the premise of we was such a potent team and we had our best games when we played hella man and had hella pressure coming up the edges and in the middle. But today we decided we're going to do heavy zone I just don't understand that. Like I
Facts.
don't know what made you change that. Even what's even more flabbergasting is they had injuries on their side for that. So I don't it just makes my head hurt. I don't understand what the game plan was on defense today. There was no reason to play zone like the way they did today. That's literally how they tore our ass up the first game.
Literally.
Like it was like literally. I guarantee you by the second drive, they was like, "Oh, they doing the same shit they did first time." Okay, that's literally what they did. That's literally what they did. So I'm done. Like I don't care. Like I know a well coached team when I seen one. That team was not better than us, but they was well coached. They way better coached than we were. I was sitting there like, damn, that's a nice play. Damn, he set him up with that shit.
Hey, bro, this game made me realize, like, and not that I didn't know before, but seeing an offensive coordinator with this type of game plan and looking at what the fuck we've been watching all year just made me even more so on. This is why Getsy has to go. It just is.
Facts. And I believe, and I'm in agreement with you, Hayes, simply because, like, if you look at Bobby Slowick from last night, from what he did in the final drive to win the game, he called more than 7 plays. But CJ Stroud, a rookie, went 7 for 7 off plays he's comfortable with and that plays that he knows. Justin Fields just a few weeks ago was arguing with Lou Getsy like, bro, let's get under center. Let's get under center. And when you talk about Matt Eberflus as a defensive coordinator, your defense only had 1 sack today, bro.
And only pressured them on 12% of dropbacks. That's one of the lowest numbers in the NFL this season.
You're not good enough with this guy at the helm. You're not good enough. And unfortunately, Lou Getsy and Matt Eberflus has cost Justin Fields his future with the Chicago Bears, in my opinion.
Yeah, oh, that's 100% fact.
Like I'm always gonna rock with Justin Fields because I believe the ceiling is high, but I believe that no new coach that comes in here is going to tie themselves to this quarterback. Literally, especially if you're looking at Kellen Moore or Eric Bieniemy, you're not tying yourself to Justin Fields. You're not. That's just my personal opinion. I support Justin Fields. I rock with him. Even if he leaves, I'm going to rock with him. But the coaching staff screwed this whole thing up. They screwed it up. They are not winning coaches. How the fuck is DeMeco Ryans, a rookie head coach, a winning coach?
Because he played football and he understands football.
And he understands situations. This coaching staff does not.
No, we got Tinky Winky from Green Bay calling plays, and this motherfucker ain't called plays in high school.
They do not, and I can't wait to watch this game over, bro, because it's gonna exploit a lot of the bad things that Matt Eberflus has been accused of his entire tenure as a Chicago Bears head coach.
Bobby, I literally been up since 3:00 this morning watching tape since the last game.
I was up at 5. So we
literally did the same thing
in week 1.
It's also the route options, like just, and that's something that even when people, not you, Steve-O, I know you guys watch tape, but even people who go and watch the All 22, generally, you're not looking at what routes the wide receivers are running and how simplistic it is. You have to go and look at that. The route trees that we run that are part of the offense that have nothing to do with Fields, nothing to even do with the wide receiver, that is 100% on your coaching staff. There are high schools that run more complex route options than what we do for our wide receivers.
That's because our wide receiver coach is, that's the funny part. Luke Getsy is not even the worst coach on this team. Nor is Flus. It's our wide receiver coach. And you know how we know? Out of every position on this team, what position has not improved at all? Wide receiver.
I'm with you on that. You can't argue that. You can't argue
DJ's the only one.
DJ's the only one. And
Cole
that's
Kmet, the only one.
And that's the shit that drives me crazy, Steve-O, because you seen plays when you had mesh concepts to where you got the tight end running, maybe a slant, or you got the wide receiver that's inside running the drag route. And you seen one of the plays to where DJ Moore, after you had the tight end and the wide receiver in the slot, flush everybody out with their routes. You got DJ Moore behind that with a slant. It's a positive play. You don't go back to it. You don't even. Oh my God, bro. I be trying not to snap on this shit, but bro, it's just ridiculous. We got a question from V-Dog. I think it's very good. He said, question for the panel. Would y'all make a call to Harbaugh? Because in my opinion, Jim is going regardless of tomorrow night's outcome.
You don't need to make a call. If he wanted to be here, they already know if he wants to be here.
I mean, this is the second or third week in a row that the Bears have been interested in Jim Harbaugh. You can see what happens.
Just make a move. I don't care about all that. Just make a move.
I just know Matt Eberflus is not the coach. That's just me. I believe that there are better candidates out there to get your offense going because it's an offensive league now. I believe that Eric Bieniemy, who is known around the league to hold people accountable, is a better candidate than Matt Eberflus. I believe that Kellen Moore, who was scapegoated out of Dallas, is a better candidate than Matt Eberflus. That's just me. I don't know. But shout out to the super chat from Chicago Sports Talk. Michael, he said, I'm done being optimistic. Bears, if Fields going. I don't know what you're trying to say, but
you saying he's done
being optimistic if Fields is gone. Basically, yeah. And that's a great point too. Somebody said that Eric Bieniemy is probably getting that Washington job, and it seems like that may be what's happening.
It could be, but you still got other good candidates out there that should be good time. Like, I'm not mad at I understand the first time head coach thing, but if you seen what Shane Steichen did in Indianapolis, you see what D'Amico Ryans and Bobby Slowick did in Houston, you understand that if you have a good play caller, you have a chance.
Yeah.
This coaching staff hasn't given us a chance. Literally. If you win the game, the first game you played against Detroit, you good. If you win the game against Cleveland, you're good. If you win the game against the Broncos, you're good. This game right here, win or loss, should have got you in the playoffs. But it didn't because the coaching staff is ass. That's just what it is.
I believe St. John Bosco High School coach staff can wreck our coach staff. That's how garbage we are. I think a whole high school coaching staff can come in this bitch and flip this around better than they did. That's how garbage we are.
It's horrible, bro. It hurts. Because, bro, the thing is that you don't want to lose to a rival, but you have an opportunity to send the rival home with you, and you don't even come close. Like, if Green Bay kicks a field goal to win the game, you're like, I bet they just had a better end of possession game. But can we really come to terms to say that the Bears really took control of this game offensively? It's hard to say that.
Hell, they didn't have control over themselves, much less take control of the game.
It's hard to say that. But shout out to Jay Evans for the super chat. Y'all think the McCaskies will give up control of personnel and pay $10 million a season? I doubt it.
It's not about McCaskies giving up personnel control. That's about Kevin Warren and Ryan Poles giving Harbaugh personnel control.
For sure.
So
for sure.
I think if they want Jim Harbaugh, and then that's all rooted in if they want Jim Harbaugh, they're gonna do what it takes to get him in here. If he's willing to come here too. Period.
If you want to change your culture, you've been losing to Green Bay since 2018. What else do you want? You want to win or you want to fucking suck? Virginia McCaskey is over 100 years old.
I low-key blame Poles and Warren because at the beginning of the season they should have made the coaching changes. Can't tell. What? There's no coaching change that would have happened in the middle of the season that would have drastically changed.
A lot of a lot of front offices in this situation, they give their coaches a chance to right their wrongs. That's why the Detroit Lions are in the playoffs, because that front office gave their coach a chance to right their wrongs from the previous season, and hence why they're in the playoffs. Sometimes it works, sometimes it backfires, guys. That's just what it is.
Facts. It's been a season, y'all. Where's C-Dub at? C-Dub tapped out?
He said he had to bust a move.
Okay.
TG said Bieniemy is too pass happy and running will be OV. Y'all got anything to say to that?
I gotta disagree with that.
Bieniemy
is an offensive coordinator that builds his system towards the strength of the team. If you have a strong running attack, they're gonna run the football.
Yeah, and I don't think that with the situation that the Commanders have been in all season, can we point to a game to where they had the lead? You got to pass if you ain't got the lead. That's just how I'm looking at it.
Nope, he was out there doing fucking pitch runs. That's what he was doing.
Yeah, Lou Gassi was doing pitch runs just about every time. Can we point to a down to where Lou Gassi went under center and said, yeah, we're going to go stretch the field with this run?
Nope.
We're going to go inside. It was everything was a pitch. That was stupid. Completely stupid. That's just my personal opinion. Y'all take it for what y'all want. For real. Brett with the super chat, $5 super chat, says silver lining. Flus fire after this. Thanks for all the great shows. Chicago Bears Central. Y'all are the best. Shout out to you, Brett. We try to go ahead and do what we got to do. Me and Steve-O had to do breathing exercises before we came on this post game because I was ready to snap. I'm not even going to lie. Not even going to lie. I disagree, Steve-O. Bieniemy ain't staying in Washington. Magic Johnson going to get rid of everybody, says V-Dog. Steve-O, you got something to say about that?
He ain't getting rid of everybody because he already know the history of Bieniemy, and he know Bieniemy hasn't gotten a fair shake with anything. So I think he's going to be willing to give Bieniemy an actual chance. And they're going to let him be the head coach, and they're going to try to they probably get rid of everybody else and let him set the culture of what's going to be over there.
For sure. Hayes, I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
Knowing everything you know now that the season is over, what will be your plans heading into the offseason?
From what, a personnel standpoint or
personnel standpoint, coaching standpoint?
First thing is I'm firing Lou Gassi. Second thing, I'm bringing in Matt Eberflus for a long ass interview and seeing what he got to say, and probably still firing his ass too. I think you want to solidify your coaches first. Both, if you can get an offensive minded head coach in here that you're confident in, cool. If it's another offensive coordinator, you just get the best head coach you can find. That's cool too. Those are the first two things that I'm doing, and I'm finding a coach that I know and that I feel confident can set a true culture here, and that's what I'm looking at first. And then at that point, I'm seeing what we can get for the first overall pick. If it's not of my liking to where I feel like I'm completely fleecing somebody, we're going forward in the draft getting Marvin Harrison Jr. But I'm spending money at this point. Not to say that I don't want to see them draft some players at the offensive line, but I also think that you got to spend some money at the offensive line for veteran pieces, and hope that they're not going to Nate Davis your ass.
So, quick question before Steve will go. You moving on for Justin Fields is the first question. Then I got one more.
No, I think you're going to personally, I think you look at Justin Fields, you use those next 2 years of a rookie scale deal and you try to improve everything else. That way, if you do at the end of that fifth year, which I think coincides with Arch Manning coming in, then you know you're bringing in that next quarterback to a situation where you got wide receivers, you got an offensive line, you got your running back core.
For sure. Second question. Would you go the last 2 years? We can pretty much say that Ryan Poles went heavy defense. This offseason in a draft, would you go heavy offense?
It depends on what you do in free agency. I don't think you have to go heavy offense because I think what are we looking at? Offensive needs, wide receiver, some offensive linemen. You don't have to really worry about running back, maybe tight end later in the draft because you may move on for Robert Tonyan and Mercedes Lewis. So I think it's going to be a mix. I think you may use those premium picks and a mix between offense and defense. Like you may go offensive tackle and wide receiver. You may go defensive end and offensive tackle. You may go defensive end and quarterback. But I think it's going to be a mix of those two in the draft.
For sure. Steve-O. Same question applies. First thing first. How would you address all the issues on your team?
I'm firing Flus and I'm firing Luke today, right after the press conference.
Facts.
I've seen what I have to see, regardless of the fact. But I know realistically they're probably gonna fire him tomorrow or whatever they decide to do is gonna be tomorrow because they're having a meeting. So I do that, and I kind of have a conversation with the rest of the people that I'm building with, and see what direction we're gonna go coach wise, and then we're gonna go in and see. We're gonna ask the coach a few questions. Are we gonna go in trading Fields, or are we gonna go in asking, do you want Fields here, or vice versa? Giving them that option of what they want to do with the quarterback position. Well, whatever they option you feel is best with, you roll with it. Me personally, I think you keep Justin. You get a OC that knows how to work with people, know how to develop. Fucking build his lineup. That's the first thing I'm doing. I don't care. Yes, we might love Eric Jr., but it don't mean shit if we can't give him the ball to him.
Facts.
Yeah, I took that lineup. And to me, and I know everybody talking about you can't just miss out. For everybody that's saying, I know, like I said, Caleb is just not as good as y'all. To me, he's not as good. Like I'm expecting this team to be in the playoffs next year, and I just don't think a rookie Caleb Williams is doing that.
All right, so follow-up question. How do you get this team into the playoffs?
Establish basically what Hayes said. You make sure you establish the culture with the coaches that you pick. Okay, that's the main thing. You figure out the type of coach that you want. You figure out what his system is. You figure out what his culture is, what he is as a person, and you go forward with what they're doing. You don't go away from it. You don't put your ifs, ands, or buts as long as it's intertwined with what they want and the vision they have, and it comes together. Do it that way. That's how you do it the correct way.
Fair enough. Daryl said with the super chat, thank you for supporting the channel. He said Luke Gessie was outclassed by the team. His team. You already know, man. And the Gladiator channel, shout out to you as well for supporting the channel. I think Gessie horrible play calling affect the whole team, even the defense. Yeah, and that's if y'all tuned in, if y'all tuned in to the pregame, I told people the reason the Bears lost week 1 is because Luke Gessie, the defense, again in this game, like week 1, played well in the first half. And in the second half, when you don't generate any momentum or accumulate or add up points in the box score for your team, you're going to take momentum out of your defense. The Bears did nothing to put any battery or give the defense a jolt of confidence. They all went to the wayside. Hence why the Bears only had 1 sack on the day. And Aaron Judge got over 100 yards. And Jordan Love completed 84% of his passes. Ridiculous.
I ain't know Aaron Judge played football.
Aaron Jones, you know what I mean.
You know what I mean.
Appreciate the correction, though. I ain't gonna lie. Somebody was saying Aaron Jones on the Packers. Somebody in the comments would act like I was crazy. For real.
Man, yeah.
But hey, at least y'all still tuned in with the #1 spot for Chicago Bears. All your information and news. We ain't going nowhere. We're gonna be right here rocking and rolling and going ahead and doing what we do, regardless of who's the quarterback, who's the coach, and just figure out what the GM and the CEO wants to do moving forward. That's the most important thing. Tune in, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It's that simple. It take a second. to do all of the above.
That's it.
Man, I'm so fucking sick of this. I'm so sick, bro. I'm so sick. I can't eat. I'm so sick, bro. Oh, I'm
Yeah,
so
like I said, somebody said he needs a quarterback can throw 2 touchdowns. How was he gonna throw 2 touchdowns today with that game plan?
Hey, bro, you didn't end the stream, right?
Nah, I ain't in the stream.
Oh, okay,
No.
okay. Just
I'm talking
You
right
got
now.
it,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what
yeah,
I'm saying. Like I'm trying to figure out how Justin was supposed to throw 2 touchdowns and we didn't throw down the field one time towards the end.
He had
shit.
10 attempts going into the fourth quarter. What are we
Exactly.
Kind of
talking
hard.
about?
Kind of hard to throw touchdowns when you don't get a chance to.
What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Like, y'all just gotta stop. I get it. With y'all, some of y'all mean well, but some of y'all just need to.
He didn't
Before you press
we didn't
send.
run a single passing play in the third quarter of the game. Keep in mind the game was still close then. It's crazy.
Can we keep it a buck?
No, because people are so busy focused on their goddamn narratives that they don't understand how to actually progress or talk about football itself. Everybody is so busy wanting to come off like they know what the fuck they're talking about, when in reality, you're just a fan that's regurgitating the shit that you've heard people say. And that's fine. There's a space in that for everyone. But everybody trying to have these insightful ass comments on, oh, well, this what, and we've seen 2-3 quarterbacks do. Shut the fuck up. You just regurgitating the same bullshit ass lines. You ain't watched a single bit of tape. And if you did, you don't even know how to fucking process it. So some of y'all don't have football opinions. You have fan opinions. You have opinions that you've regurgitated, and that's cool. That's fine. There's space in that for everyone. But stop trying. It's just like this. Drake fans don't need to have conversations with real hip-hop heads because you're not a hip-hop fan. You're a Drake fan. Some of y'all ain't really Bears fans. You ain't really football fans. You just a fan of being in sports conversations, and that's fine. But shut the fuck up and sit down and talk in your Reddit streams. Go to your fucking forums, because if you come trying to have football conversations with actual football fans, you get fucking cooked because you don't understand how to actually have a football conversation. You don't.
Not at all.
Not
Because
at
I can
all.
ask you the
Not
same
at all.
thing. Everybody that says they can do it, goddamn, I knew a quarterback to score 2 touchdowns. Can't explain to me how he got that. How he get that touchdown. What they do to set it up. If you can't explain that shit to me, don't spend your time telling us what somebody else can't do.
For real.
Y'all wives still faking orgasms. Don't come talk to me about shit with football. That's
For
period.
real.
That's
because I simply told you guys in the game that Detroit sent the Packers home to close they was losing majority of the game, but to close the game, to take the lead, they scored a touchdown. The drive after that, they forced the turnover. The drive after that, they got the ball with 3 minutes and 27 seconds left. If you don't believe me, go look it up. Watch the shit yourself, since everybody loves all 22.
Right.
They closed the game by running plays to win the game, not coaching the game scared, like our coaching staff for the Chicago Bears. They are not the coaches that we need to take the North and never give it back. They suck.
Yeah. Those coaches wasn't doing empty sets when it was 2nd and 15. That coaches wasn't doing empty sets when their O-line been struggling all day and they decided to do it on 3rd down knowing the blitz is coming.
Go watch the drive last night for the Houston Texans when the game was on the line. How do you get your quarterback to go 7-7? You run everything he knows for a doubt and not leave anything on the field. Tell me a play that the Chicago Bears called when the game meant anything in the first half or the second half to take the game. You can't.
Bro, we can still have this same shit. I don't care. Y'all playing semantics in these comments talking about posed and height. I don't give a fuck. They're here.
No, the real.
They're here.
Yeah,
And they're playing and they're shit. They ain't shit.
It doesn't, and that's
Okay,
the thing and that's the stance that I took as well. When at the end of the day, it's this. I don't care who hired it. You're now in charge of that. If you keep him on, that's now your decision. That's your coach. Period.
Yep.
End
Make a decision.
of the story.
That's it. We're so busy caught up in the past. It don't matter. The motherfucker's here now, right? He's here. If he continues to stay here, guess whose decision that is? Kevin Warren and Ryan Poles.
Facts.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, it don't matter if Virginia and her old ass age hired him. It don't matter if it was anybody else. I don't care. It don't matter who it was. Now that he's here, if he continues on as the head coach of the Chicago Bears, guess who was at fault for that? Exactly.
Right. We try to explain. We've been explaining football to y'all for 18 weeks now. If you ain't been following
At some
long
point,
enough,
you ain't gonna get it.
please, you got to go.
Because for a lot of people, it's about the soap opera of it all and not the actual sport, because they don't understand the sport. They ain't like sports or soap operas for a lot of grown ass men. That's why when women say that men be the biggest gossipers, you find that shit in sports. Motherfuckers will gossip their ass off about some sports shit. It's crazy.
Bro, it's crazy. It's crazy. Y'all got anything left, man?
Nah, man.
Steve-O.
All right, like I said, I'm just reiterate. If you don't know what the fuck you talking about football wise, this ain't the channel for you. So you might as well unsubscribe. Yes, unsubscribe. I'm gonna tell you to unsubscribe. Leave. I don't want to hear it no more. I'm done.
Yeah, we not just a platform or a channel that's just gonna follow the narrative. We got people here that actually do their homework, watch film, look at the way that football is supposed to be called, understand coverages, understanding that if you want big plays on certain downs, you have to set things up. Yeah, that's Chicago.
I'm about to put
Bears
this motherfucker
Central.
on in
But if
timeout. How
not-
you gonna try to type like you left the super chat and you didn't, so you can get your comment read? You getting in timeout for that?
They had the
Ain't
nerve
no
to
way.
have my fucking
Ain't
name.
no way. Ain't
Bro,
no
he really tried to type like he left the super chat.
way.
Like, I
This man
gonna try to
put
game the
super
system, bro. See,
Hey.
those be the type of motherfuckers that poke holes in condoms, bro. You gotta look out for people like that. That's just
Hey,
weird,
ladies,
bro.
be
That
safe.
motherfucker.
Ladies, be safe.
That's crazy.
That motherfucking SAT score was 250.
Hey, but that's it from us, y'all, man. We about to go ahead and continue on with our night. Everybody gonna do what they do. Make sure you lock in, hit the like.
Hold on, no, pause. Somebody got to get cooked. Hold on.
All right,
Nick, first of all, your name is Nick. Your parents weren't a fucking original. Don't come in here with that. Y'all work for the Bears organization or fans. Every fan doesn't think like yo dumbass. If you want to hear your dumbass opinion come out of somebody else's mouth, start your own motherfucking YouTube channel, because you have no talent. You're on that side of it because you're a bitch. So how about you just focus on doing that? Let us do what we do here, and you can go back, or you can make your way through life like your mama did, sucking dick. Otherwise, let's go ahead and close out the show, Bobby.
Hey, that was definitely that part. Hey, it is what it is, man. Appreciate all y'all for tuning in, man. Make sure you go ahead and follow the show on all social media platforms at Shy Bears Central. Make sure if you want to leave your take on this game and the end of the season, you call in 773-242-9336. I'm with Hayes and Steve-O for the post game. We're going to catch y'all on the next one.